This is the sixth part of the explanation of the chapter The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. All of you be ready with your books, and we will start with paragraph 11 and 12. So this is the last two paragraphs of the chapter. So in this last two paragraphs we will see, or these two paragraphs basically centers around the grandmother's death. So when we will read, we will see how the grandmother's health deteriorated and how her death occurred. So in these two paragraphs, we get two important questions. So I have given here as focus questions. So question number 1, what made the grandmother to stop talking before her inevitable demise? Question number 2, how did the sparrows mourn the death of the grandmother? So after I finish explaining paragraph 11 and 2, then I will explain this question, what to write, and each of these questions carry 2 marks. Okay, now come to paragraph 11, and as I read, I want all of you to go through it. The next morning she was taken ill. It was a mild fever, and the doctor told us that it would go. But my grandmother thought differently. She told us that her end was near. She said that since only few hours before the close of the last chapter of our life, she had omitted to pray. She was not going to waste any more time talking to us. We protested, but she ignored our protest. She lay peacefully in bed, praying and telling her beads. Even before we could suspect, her lips stopped moving and the rosary fell from her lifeless fingers. A peaceful pallor spread on her face, and we knew that she was dead. Now, see, earlier we came to know that that day the author's grandmother was actually celebrating the homecoming of her grandson, and as she was celebrating and singing songs and was busy enjoying with the neighborhood ladies, she was overstraining herself, and next morning she became ill, and she had a mild fever, and the doctor told them that it would go away. But the grandmother knew that all was not well and her last few moments have arrived. And when her life was nearing to end, she did not want to talk to anyone actually, and she only thought that she will spend the last few hours of her life uh, only by praying to God or by reciting her prayers. So she did not wanted to talk to any member of her house, and even though the family members protested, she ignored their protest, and she lay peacefully on her bed, and she was continuously reciting her prayers with her beads when she actually breathed her last, or when she breathed her last. At this point of time, death brought with it a relief from the pain she was actually undergoing, and this relief is clearly visible in her face. So here this last line, a peaceful pallor spread on her face, and we knew that she was dead. So the last moment of her life, or like when she breathed her last breath, so at that point of time, that peacefulness, that calmness was or it could be seen in her face. So at that point of time, everyone in their house actually came to know that she is dead, and the beads, the rosary which she was using to pray, fell from her lifeless fingers. So this was the way actually how the grandmother's demise came. Come to the last paragraph. We lifted her off the bed, and as is customary laid her on the ground and covered her with a red shroud. After a few hours of mourning we left her alone to make arrangements for her funeral. In the evening we went to her room with a crude stretcher to take her to be cremated. The sun was setting and had lit her room and veranda with a blaze of golden light. We stopped halfway in the courtyard, all over the veranda and in her room, right up to here where she lay dead and stiff wrapped in red shroud. Thousands of sparrows sat scattered on the floor. There was no chirruping. We felt sorry for the birds, and my mother fetched some bread for them. She broke it into little crumbs, the way my grandmother used to, and threw it to them. The sparrows took no notice of the bread. When we carried my grandmother's corpse off, they flew away quietly. Next morning, the sweepers swept the bread crumbs into the dustbin. So, the day on which the death of the grandmother happened, so as she was dead at that time, her body was lifted off from the bed, and as it was customary to keep the body in the ground, and she was laid on the ground and covered with a red shroud. So she was covered with a red shroud, means with a red cloth. So after hours of mourning, uh, the body was left all alone in that room, and all of them, they went to make some arrangements for her funeral. So in the evening, when they came back to the room, and they brought a crude stretcher in order to take the body of the grandmother, so that they can take it to the cremation ground where the body can be cremated. And at that time the sun was setting, and it was almost evening, and had lit, and that the rays of the sunlight lit the room, and the veranda was also blazed with a golden light. So, as the author and the other members stopped halfway in the courtyard in the veranda, they could see that in her room and in the veranda, as the dead body of the grandmother lay there, and it was covered with a red cloth or a red shroud. So they could see, or they saw thousands of actually sparrows came. So those sparrows, to whom actually this grandmother gave breadcrumbs earlier, or she spent time with those sparrows now came to mourn the death of the grandmother. Thousands of sparrows were there, and these sparrows, they also feel the sadness or the intensity of the sadness of the death of the grandmother, and they were also not chirping. They were also mourning the death of the grandmother, or they were not even uttering a single sound. These birds also felt very sad for the demise of the grandmother. And as they saw these little birds, which lay there nearby the body of the grandmother, the author's mother actually fetched some breadcrumbs for them. And she broke those breadcrumbs into little pieces and threw it for them to have it. But these little birds, or these sparrows, they never took, or they did not took notice of those bread. Since they were also mourning the death of the grandmother, they did not even eat even a single little crumb of the bread. So after that, the grandmother's corpse was taken off, and when the body was taken out, they flew away quickly. So the next morning, those breadcrumbs were still there, which was unnoticed by those little chirrupings. So actually, this is the last part, or this is the part where we see the death of the author's grandmother, how death came to her, how the way the family members mourned, and how these little chirrupings, they even felt the sadness of the death of the grandmother, or this shows us like how these little bird also mourn the death of the grandmother. These are some important words from 11th and 12th paragraph. Protested, express an objection against something or someone. Pallor, an unhealthy pale appearance. Customary, traditional. Cremated, dispose or burn the body after it is dead. Blaze, a very large burning fire. Shroud, a piece of cloth used to wrap a dead person. Corpse, a dead body. These are some important questions from paragraph 11 and 12, and each of these questions carry 2 marks. Now let us discuss question number 1. What had made the grandmother to stop talking before her inevitable demise? So in this question you have to write, like, when the grandmother came to know that it was the last few hours of her life, she stopped talking. She never wanted to waste time on talking. That is the reason why I she stopped and she always wanted that she will spend her last few hours only in praying to God or reciting her prayers. Then question number 2, how did the sparrows mourn the death of their grandmother? In this question you have to write that first the sparrows came and surrounded the corpse of the grandmother, which was lying on the floor covered with a red shroud. They didn't even utter a single sound. They also felt the sadness, or they could also feel the grief, and they also came to know that the grandmother is dead, and they also never paid attention to the breadcrumbs which was given to them by the narrator's mother. Then question number 3, why did the sparrows take no notice of the breadcrumbs thrown to them by the narrator's mother? Because they were also mourning the death of the grandmother. So it was the grandmother who used to feed them with the breadcrumbs. But that day, the grandmother was no more. She was dead. They were also mourning the death of the grandmother. So this is the end of the chapter, The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. I hope you all have understood, and thank you.